saw the movie Creep.
When is that in theaters?
No, it's not. It was on Netflix, and I did a little dive into it. Thought I'd give it a little go.
Who's in Creep?
So there's only two actors.
Oh, interesting.
It's directed and acted by Patrick Brice, and the other actor is Mark Duplass.
Okay, and tell myself and the viewers what this movie's about.
Okay, no problem. So Patrick Brice's character is known as Aaron. So he goes on this Kijiji ad for a guy who's passing away from cancer. So he wants someone to record a bunch of videos that he's gonna leave for his son after after he passes away, because he's gonna die before his son comes alive. So Aaron goes up to this abandoned cabin with this guy that he's never met before, and he starts to do some weird things. There's a little bit of a twist at the end. Joseph, who is played by Mark Duplass, is actually a serial killer. So...
Wait, the guy who's filming is the serial killer?
No, the guy who he is filming is the serial killer. So Mark Duplass is Joseph, and Aaron is the one that's filming. So the way it's directed is, it's kind of like directed through a recorder. So he's recording all these things. So you never see Aaron, you just see him recording. Sometimes you do see him because Mark Duplass will take Joseph will take the recorder and then start recording Aaron. And so what ends up happening is, at first you kind of... I'm sorry, this part of the movie just kills me. It's just... Because if this was me and I seen this, I would have left the house immediately. I'm not staying after that, right? So you see this guy, and he's like sitting in the toilet, and he's just like talking to his son. He's like, "Listen, son, I really like you, and I'm so sorry that I can't be there for you." And then he just jumps into the bathtub, and he's just like, goes slowly, and he just doesn't come up.
Wait, so the guy that we're seeing the entire time, he's the serial killer?
No. Yeah, he's the serial killer.
So the serial killer is dying?
Yeah. He's not actually dying. He lied about the cancer.
Oh.
He's just pretending.
So he doesn't really have his son coming.
No.
It's the guy on the camera that's going to be killed.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You see what happens at the end.
Does he get away with it?
Yes. So at the end of the movie, he pretty much, after he says all this creepy crap, right? So he'll ask some weird questions like, "What do you think about dying?" And like, "What do you think about death?" And he's just like, I don't know. Like, I never really thought about it. He's like, "Death is such a strange concept, isn't it? I mean, within 2 days of you meeting somebody, that's not something a normal person you would talk to about." I don't know. I don't know how bad Aaron needed the money, but after seeing that, I probably would have left 100%.
So just to kind of build on that, would you ever go to anyone and film them?
No, I wouldn't.
That's the I feel with technology today, like you can just film yourself. You don't really need anyone. You can just put your camera on like the counter and just sit in front of it and be like, tell your life story. "Son, I really love you and I wish I could be there for you." Like I feel like you don't need someone to come and film every
That is
aspect.
a very big point that you brought up that I didn't really realize. That is hilarious, the fact that he went up there even more.
And if I was Aaron, my second question, actually maybe my first question is, where's your wife? Why can't she do it for you? I mean, maybe there was something in the movie that dealt with that.
No, they didn't. He didn't ask any questions. He's just like, "Oh, so you ready to do this filming?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So pretty much what happens at the end of the movie is Aaron gets really creeped out, so he leaves, runs away from the house, and I just have to say one scene that I thought was hilarious. Before he's leaving, he's wearing this wolf mask, and then he told him, he's like, "This is what my dad used to give me. It's called Mr. Snuggles." And it's just the most messed up wolf mask you've ever seen. It's like a deranged wolf, right? He puts it on, and he's just blocking the door, and he's like, "Joseph, I have to leave." And he's like, "No!" Blocking the door, and then he just starts doing this weird dance like this. And I'm just like, what is going on here? So then he leaves, because they get into a scuffle, and he leaves, right? And then he starts sending him these random videos. So the last video is like, "Look, I'm sorry that I creeped you out. It kind of sounded like he was in love with him, because he sent him a teddy bear with a locket in it, and it said "best friends forever," stuff like that. So you
After
just
knowing
think
him for 2 days.
it was about, like, I'd say a week.
Oh,
after
that makes sense. That best friends forever after a week for sure, definitely.
So I'm sorry, I just loved this movie. It was very amazing, very different, but loved it. But so after sending that gift, he just kind of acted like he was in love with him. So Aaron, being a nice guy, he's like, so he sends him like, look, I'm sorry that I creeped you out. I just want to talk to you so we can talk about it. Can you come to this park at this time and we'll have a chat, right? And then so the movie shows Aaron, like, he's recording this. He's like, I have 911 on speed dial, and I'm recording this. So if anything happens to me, you're screwed, Joseph. And then so he goes and sits at the park bench, and then he's just sitting there, and then you see a figure come up from behind him and then he just takes out this axe, and Aaron's never looking behind him, and he just bangs it on top of his head, and then just keeps hitting him. And then he mentions at the end of the movie, he's like, Regis, do you know why you were my favorite? Because you believed I was still a good person, and that's why you never turned around. And that was the end of the movie.
And then he'll just do it again.
Yeah. So
does it ever get into how many people he's actually killed, or is that?
So there's a second. So he opens the clip and it says Aaron, and then it has like a bunch of. It's a full drawer of video clips of how many people he's killed, and there's gonna be a second one. There's a second one that I'm gonna watch, so I'm gonna finish off the trilogy. I'll tell you guys how it ends.
And when is that gonna be released?
Yeah, it should be released. It's on Netflix right now.
Oh, the third one is already on Netflix.
Yeah,
So you haven't seen
the second one. The second one's on Netflix. There's no third one yet.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go check that out, and then I'm excited.
Well, that's good. So what would you give that as a rating?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Just for the giggles. I thought it was funny.
Well, to me, what makes horror movies so good, I don't get scared when I watch horror movies. I'm the person in the back laughing because of the stupidity of some of his characters.
Yeah.
And Aaron sounds like he deserved everything that he got coming to him.
Yeah, like, honestly, the first 5 minutes you probably should have left. I'm like, this guy is a nut job. See you later.
Is it in the middle of nowhere, or are they in a city? Like, how would you?
They're in the middle of nowhere, so there's a forest, so they go on walks, and then at times in the movie he'll just scream, like Joseph, the serial killer. He'll just scream and then run.
I don't want to go in the middle of nowhere with my best friends. I'm not going to go by myself in the middle of nowhere for anyone. You could offer me $1 million. I don't know if I would do it. You could try that out there. Maybe we'll see if it works. I honestly don't think I would go there for $1 million. Unless I could bring a posse of people.
Posse of people. I don't know. Maybe just bring a gun, just in case.
No,
it was in America, so.
Yeah, but even still, I feel like people with guns are more likely to shoot themselves. Like, how many times do you watch a movie where the person with a gun loses the gun to the killer?
I think like every scary movie.
So again,
but it might just be a trope. So
it could be. I personally think though that if I was in a horror movie, I'd either be the first to die, which is never their fault. The first person who dies is never normally responsible. Or I'd be the only person to survive because I'd be the smartest person out there.
Oh, I'm always dying. Every movie, like a survival movie, man versus nature movie, any of those type of movies, I'm dying 100%.
Why?
That's why. Let's not go there.
Oh, wow. You're going there, eh? I'm just talking about how smart I am in movies. In real life, I feel like you'd be pretty good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, hopefully the director agrees.
Anything else you want to talk about with Creep?
No, I feel like that's everything.
Should everyone be going on their Netflix account to watch that right now?
Yeah, check it out. It's a nice little watch. I think it's fun to like kill time with. It's not too long too. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes. So
standard horror, right? About
yeah.
An hour and a half is normally your...
So I was shocked. I'm like, oh, this is almost done? Because I went to go pause to go use the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, there's only 30 minutes left, so it went by pretty fast. So that always makes me happy in a movie.
Yeah, when you don't have to look at your watch in a movie, it's always a good sign.